I wake up at half 6 in the morning. I take two buses to take my little boy to school, and then I have to take two buses to go to my job. I love what I do. I am a learning mentor, so I work with children with social and emotional issues, and I help them to break down barriers to learning through doing many different programs that I run. Amongst those are friendship groups, relaxation clubs, and many different programs that I build that help to break down the barriers to their learning. I moved from New York to Lee because I got married at a very young age. My husband and I, we had three children under the age of 5, and we were 23, 24, well, very young. And two of those children were twins, so you can imagine a lot of pressures. And during all those pressures, my husband met someone else. I figured that something had been going on, so I started talking to different people on the internet. In and amongst those people, I met the man who I'm currently married to now. And when I found out what exactly had happened, I wanted to run away because all my life I feel that that's what I've always ever done is run away from things because I've always been under a lot of fear, different things, so I always ran away. So I ran away from New York and I came to England, to Lee. That's how I came to be in Lee. I was introduced into shamanism through family because in my family I come from a line of healers both on my mother and my father's side. And my grandfather, who was recently passed away, my paternal grandfather that is, he died at the age of 96. He was always going to the mountains of Peru to receive healing and to give healing. So I spoke with him, I reconnected with him a few years ago, and he told me about the healing capabilities that I have been born with through my bloodline. Because my bloodline on my paternal side, we have Inca blood in us, and the way that the Incas healed themselves was through healers, which in the Western world are known as shamans. So that's how I was reintroduced to it, really, I should say, because this is something that I believe is my soul has come with from many, many other lifetimes that I've lived. So I believe I'm being reintroduced to it in this lifetime. Shamanism is also about reconnecting the self with Mother Earth, with all the elements. So you want to put things in the fetish that are going to please Pachamama, which is the spirit of the earth. You're going to be giving back to Earth Mother through this gift that you're about to burn in ritual and give back to her for taking your ailments and your worries away through the burning ceremony, which becomes ash, and that's how we give back to Pachamama. The first few years in Lee were the hardest of my life because I had many expectations of how England was going to be, and those expectations were not met. I was met by racism on the first day of school for my children, which should have been a very happy, memorable occasion. It was filled with just ugliness and darkness because of a racial incident that happened on that day. And after that, more racial incidences continued to occur. And it made me, that's for the first time I realized that I was someone of color. Believe it or not, it's crazy to think, but, well, to me anyway, I'd never really realized that I was a color until I moved here. I never looked at myself and thought of myself as a person of color. I just was a person. So those experiences, I feel, stripped me of my humanity and turned me into a color. Growing up with my mother wasn't easy because I would see other children who got a lot of love, and their life was very different to mine. Here I am living with a single parent, no father in the home, so I was always stereotyped, and I lived up to those stereotypes, things like, oh, she's a thief, she's this, she's that. Guess what? Yes, I was. I started thieving and doing loads of things, but the thieving was about survival. I knew that at any given moment, because my mother was, as they call them, an illegal alien, and that means she was undocumented. She did not have a green card, which is what you need to live in the United States, live and work in the United States without fears of being caught by immigration. That's what we call them, immigration, the people who arrest people who are undocumented and put them on a plane, they're gone. So yes, it was very, very difficult. So I learned to steal, so that way I could look after myself should she ever be caught. Here she is bringing up a kid on her own, whereas out in Ecuador she had family. In New York City she had no one. I was her only family, so she always spoke to me as if I was an adult. When my brother got murdered, again, that put more pressure. So to answer your question, how was it growing up with my mother? It was horrible. I hated being a child. I hated my childhood. I still, when I think about my childhood now, I really believe that that's part of the shamanism work that I have yet to do, is that I need to heal my inner child, my past. I need to make peace with it. There is a lot of pain that is there, and I need to heal it, which is why I've embraced shamanism. I believe that shamanism has called to me because I need to heal that part of me.